started. Justin, you want to lead us in our invocation?
Yes, sir. Okay. Please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we love you. God, we just praise your name for all things. We thank you for the many blessings you give. God, we just thank you for our community and our leaders. God, I pray that tonight that you would just give them wisdom and direction, God, making decisions that would benefit our community. God, we just thank you for our first responders. Pray that you just continue to protect them and keep them safe. God, we love you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Samantha, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll go ahead and convene our meeting. We'll start with roll call. Misty Cottle.
Here.
Jeff Upton. Here. Jan Throgmorton.
Here.
Marty Lindaberry.
Here.
John Collins.
Here.
Dina McKnight.
Here.
Stephen Pence. Here. City Attorney and City Clerk both present. Before we move too much further, I would like to add a couple of amendments to the agenda before we adopt that. One is a change order to Boyles Construction. That's the contractor doing our sewer upgrade to Fayetteville. I would also like to amend it to include a police resolution with Greenland, and amend it, oh, that's it.
So is that under new business?
Yeah, we'll put that under new business, Boyles under 3, and resolution with Greenland under 4, new business.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve the agenda with the changes. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. That motion carries. Next is the approval of our meeting minutes from December 8th. Do we have any changes that we need to add there?
I make a motion we approve them as they are.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Those opposed, no. That motion carries. Next item on our agenda is to accept the resignation of Chance Bardsley. That's in your packet, the resignation letter that he sent in. Chance ran for Ward 1 Position 1 seat, ran unopposed, but prior to the first of the year tendered his resignation due to personal issues. So I would like a vote to accept that resignation.
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I do.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. That motion carries. The next item is I would like to appoint Don Rollins as the holdover alderman from Ward 1, Position 1.
I think we can
Yeah.
discuss it.
I make a motion we reappoint Don Rollins to hold that position.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Those opposed, no. That motion carries. Don, if you would, please come up and take a seat. I think John has saved it for you.
Yep.
I will,
Be sworn back.
we do not have to swear him back in.
Those
Nope.
that don't have to.
No. So since all of you are holdovers essentially, or you've already been sworn in, correct me if I get off topic there.
Okay.
Kick back, but no, we don't have to swear anybody in. Everyone here has been sworn in
Okay.
officially. Any questions with that or with appointing Don back to his seat? No? Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
So before our next item is a public forum. We don't have a lot of public here, but I just wanted to let everyone know, I sent out a text to the council in our meeting, our department head meeting. I told our department heads, we want to keep this meeting brief. COVID is running rampant. We are here under an order through the governor's office, allowing us to meet with over 10 people. So I do want to keep it brief. So that being said, I told the department heads, don't come and give a full report. Ask if you have questions. You guys have their reports in front of you. Please don't hesitate to ask questions ever, but if we can keep it brief, there was just a couple of things I wanted to get votes on, and we'll move through this. So that being said, do we have anyone who would like to address the council during the public forum? No? Okay, we'll close the public forum. Move into our business reports. Walter?
Any question? I mean, same as usual, we're still working on our Title 14. I'm a broken record with that. We are moving, we're pretty close to being done with the text of it. Next, we'll be moving on to the future land use map and the master street plan. So hopefully that'll be moving along and we'll get ahead of the development that's coming.
Any questions? Okay. Our court clerk Tracy is not here tonight. The court is closed at least until next week. They've been battling COVID there. They're trying not to spread it. So the judges asked them to quarantine whether they have anything or not. So Tracy asked if she could skip tonight. Anyway, things are going good at the court, but we don't have a report for her. And I do believe, was it in the packet? No. She got it to Christie, but I don't think we got it in the packet.
New judge, right?
Do
New
it.
judge?
No,
Oh, you can do new judge?
no. We are keeping the same judge, the last I heard. Next, Library Director Shannon Reed.
We are busy with circulation. Our children's story time began today, and we're starting a homeschool class soon. We had a couple more families sign up for that, so we're looking forward to that. And we are focused on getting kid and adult programs monthly online through our Facebook. So we're doing good.
Any questions for Shannon? Marty?
I'm good.
Okay, don't let me hold you up. If you have questions, ask them. Real quick, Shannon is moving forward with our mural. She is spearheading that. I know a local wannabe artist has submitted a couple designs on Facebook. I've been texted a couple, but we are not. That is not an artist we're considering. But Shannon does have. She's moving forward. We should get some concepts in the near future, I think. So.
And I haven't received a timeline on the concepts, which is said we move forward, and there's still a lot of brainstorming that happens, but they'll get them to us. And I'm still getting different murals that, mural artists that are interested in contacting them, so we've narrowed down, it seems, and have some potentials, but if anyone shows up that can do the job and works out, then we'll consider.
Okay. Chief Nelson.
Has anybody got questions on the report that I gave you? Just look through. I usually ramble off some numbers, but.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay, I just want to introduce my two new officers, so we're full staff. I'll let them stand up and kind of introduce themselves and where they came from.
Hey, I'm Brad Wiley. We moved here in May because my wife got a job in Springdale. We moved twice. She makes a lot more money than me, so I followed her around the state twice.
Good plan.
I've been in law enforcement for 17 years. I worked at Gander PD for 15 years. We moved to Searcy because of her job. There for 2 years, and then she got another job in Springdale. But 2 out of my 3 kids live up in Springdale. So one's in college, then works at the other one works at Goodwill, and I've got a third one that lives in Jackson. So 2 out of 3 of my kids are up here. So, and you know, I'm 50, so this is a happy medium place, good place for me to work as a police officer. Chief Nelson was nice enough to offer me a job on November 23rd, so I'm happy to be here.
Appreciate you.
I'm Kyle Shelby. I've been in law enforcement for 3 years now. I moved from Scott County, originally from Kirby, Arkansas. I don't know if y'all know where that is or not. But anyway, I'm 25, and I got in law enforcement. My family's been in law enforcement their entire lives, so I kind of want to follow in the footsteps. The reason I moved up here, I moved up to Fayetteville, just because I like the area. But anyway, I seen that there was an opening here, and I really enjoy small towns. I like to get to know people, and this is kind of, as he says, a happy medium. Of course, Scott County, it's just a small town, but too much to deal with. But anyway, I was happy enough that the chief offered me a position here, and I'm happy to be here.
Welcome.
What's his first name?
Kyle?
Okay, I didn't hear that, that's what
Any questions for Brad or Kyle?
Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Did the chief give you what my wife's rig is? That's a joke.
No, but I will.
No problem.
Then you want me to go ahead and cover the traffic enforcement?
Yes, please.
This is a new policy that we're looking to put in place. We have no traffic policy right now. I think we need one. When it comes to radars, lidars, things like that, there's certain steps we want to take to safeguard our department. And actually, it came to foreplay, we had a attorney say, hey, I'd like you to call us in traffic stops. I said, hey, no problem. Turn around, David, oh, well, guess what, we don't have it. So,
We can stop anybody.
I won't. And that is, Lori, we have tuning forks and some stuff that they need to be logging down, that they need to keep record of, and it covers that type of stuff. Covers being polite, things like that. I think it's a good, all-around, all-purpose, city ordinance. Do we have any questions on it?
We need to approve that area?
Do what?
We need to approve that area?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. That motion carries. So Chief, as you know, my favorite part of that is Part N, other services. Assisting when you can with people that are, in an emergency situation, need help on the side of the road. And I've said it before, but I've seen Officer Goggins several times doing just that. I actually saw him one time in his personal rig in Fayetteville, off on the side of the road, helping a lady who had a flat tire. And Goggins, you've been here long enough to know that that's about the only thing I talk to the chief about is, are you guys professional and courteous? I trust you with everything else. And so anyway, really like that part of it.
I'm trying to hurry. I want to make sure that everybody knows Shop at the Cop well. We did all the shopping online through Amazon, and we were able to do 15 kids, I think we got in. So it went well. It wasn't the same, but it was good. So.
All right.
Officer Goggins is always polite on traffic stops. He's very professional.
You know that from experience, Stephen? Maybe. Next, Public Works, Isaac Carter.
As most of y'all were in attendance, we are putting all of our sewers to Fayetteville, and I am happy to report that the sewer plant is shut down and we are no longer discharging anything. We're working towards getting the power cut and getting our closeout plan of how we're gonna clean ponds and kind of restore the piece of property down there, so.
Awesome.
Y'all have any questions for me?
Long time coming.
Yeah. We are moving forward with, some extra money that we have left over at the end of the project to try to get Boyle to take care of some I&I issues that we've identified, so hopefully that will be coming soon, and it sounds like, Alan with ANRC is wanting that to be a one lump sum project, so we're trying to get them all together and get pricing on that and get that via change order to you guys to approve as well, so.
Any questions for Isaac?
Congratulations, Isaac.
So one thing I want to say, Isaac, we were in a meeting today and I said something that later I thought maybe it came off wrong. So we were in a meeting with Alan from state, who is over funding for all of this. Our engineer, Fayetteville's engineer, contractor, and I was asking for any help we can get on finding our I&I. If somebody else from outside here has any input on what could help us find it quicker. And Isaac, I made the statement that we're doing the best we can. Isaac and Nick are doing the best they can, but the best we can isn't good enough and it's not getting the job done. I in no way meant for that to reflect how I feel about you and Nick. I know you guys, you've above, far and beyond what my expectations are. My point was being in that meeting, anything we can do to get that I&I solved. So convey that to Nick if you would. I don't know that he took it wrong, but I thought about it later and I thought I shouldn't have said that the way I did.
And I will have to say, it is scary being put to Fayetteville and what they're gonna do, but they have been more than accommodating and are willing to help in any way, so that's a relief to me as well, so.
Yeah, and after that meeting, Fayetteville's engineer.
Here's your bill, and we're hands off, they are trying to help us, so.
when we left that meeting, it sounded like Fayetteville's engineer was gonna look over some of our original, infrastructure, testing that they did on the front end of this. Obviously, before Isaac and I were ever involved in it, there were some of the guys that had been there throughout the entirety of the project, and so they were gonna go back and revisit that and provide any help they could, so.
We do only have just a handful of people to do, but, you know, other people
Yes.
have the whole city to do.
Right, right. So, anyway, convey that to Nick. I was not talking about the work you guys did in any kind of derogatory manner. I hope you know that. But I wanted to make that clear.
When did we get our first bill from Fayetteville?
January. So we started
We started pumping in
The se-
December 17th.
17th, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So then, we take that bill, divide it up ourselves, right? By household or no?
No.
no,
But we're still billing our own household.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And so
By usage by the meter, right? So
yes,
that's the new, basically it's the new rate is
We
what?
pay it just like our water bill. We get a water bill from Fayetteville, we pay that lump sum, and then we bill
Collect.
it through our meter, so.
yeah. The idea that our rate increase would cover the bill that Fayetteville will be sending us.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So people aren't gonna get a new bill?
No.
Yeah, suddenly a new rate.
No.
So just,
We as a city water department will get a new bill.
Right.
We get separate bills.
Yes, you will.
So just to ask it, just in case, you had said there was maybe some money left over?
Mhm.
Okay, so I know that the water bill has been an issue that's really hit home with a lot of families in our city because it's been such an increase. So with that extra money, does it have to be spent on, which I think improving our infrastructure is a good thing. Does it have to be spent on that, or can it be like
We-
reapplied to reduce the total amount, so maybe water bills could go down? I'm just wondering.
We had asked that very question, and ANRC would like to see that money put towards infrastructure
Sure.
too. Because our numbers right now, as we're going through the meter, are a little disheartening. We were
Yes.
hoping that we would see better numbers, but our numbers are pretty high, so we're trying to fix that on the front end. Hopefully, as we get problems fixed, we can start someday lowering our sewer rates.
And partly to answer your question also on that, Dina, we have, through our budget this year, we have put close to $100,000 worth of sales tax revenue toward paying that bill. Yeah.
We aren't the only ones. Greenland's going through the same thing. They're looking at doing rate hikes too, so. And Greenland's gonna be higher than us, so.
Any other questions about that? I will say that one of our Facebook Live questions for Friday is a better explanation of how that sewer bill is calculated, why did it go up, what have we done as far as grant money and that type of thing. So I'll be explaining that as in depth as I can, but. And I can do it tonight if John would like for me to.
No, I know how it works.
Okay.
You got it.
So far, Tracy's the only one that passed. We're checking.
Parks report.
So Parks Committee hasn't met in a few months, so I didn't have anything for your packets. But we did meet today, so we'll have something, in next month's packet. Got a lot accomplished as well, but really the only thing I want to say is that the WCCL, Washington County Civic League, does have a meeting to kind of make some more decisions about our spring and summer baseball and softball league, and if all goes as expected, I do expect to start signups for that, really soon. Hopefully by the end of this week, early next week, so. And we're gonna move forward on that season. But other than that, that's about all I have. If you have questions.
Questions for Chad?
Glad you feel better.
All right, next, Fire Chief Mark.
All I'm gonna say is December was a long month for us. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot to report. Had about 10 of them out for COVID, so it was long.
Any questions for Chief Myers?
Good job. Did I do good, John?
Well, you're supposed to say, do y'all have any questions?
That's it.
So far, like I said, Tracy's the only one that passed. And probably Christie.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Next is our Finance Director Treasurer's report. Christie is obviously not here. Christie hasn't been feeling well. She has continued to work. Before negative testing, she's been working some at night. We've done everything we can to segregate the business office so that employees will continue to get their paycheck even if one of our business office employees does have to quarantine. So we're taking some different measures up there, if anyone has noticed, to try to make sure that one of those two will be around to get employees paid no matter what happens. So. With Christie's report, though, she did put the 2020 totals on that summary sheet. Happy to report that in a year when we had a lot of unknowns coming for us, as you can see, the department heads did a fantastic job of tightening their belts. We came in $483,000 under budget and added $386,000 into our cash reserves. So, city sales tax was up 15%. County sales taxes given to the city was up 7%. So, we had an increase in revenue, but departments did a fantastic job managing their finances this year, as they have every year. So, thank you guys for that. Anything else concerning the finance director's report? Okay. We don't have any old business. New business. Item 1 is resolution 2021-01, expressing a willingness to utilize state aid and street money. So 3 years ago, Isaac and I took a field trip with some guys from the state looking at potential roads that we wanted paved, repaved, upgraded, different things. It's been almost 3 years, to the date. Anyway, they have contacted Isaac. They don't know how much money they're going to give us yet, but all the projects we looked at are on the project list. We need to express a willingness to take that money, and they said they'll put bids out, they're thinking in February.
Trying to get rolling in February.
So this should be a pretty quick process, and this is, what is it, Isaac McKnight, Butterfield?
It's McKnight from where they stopped paving to just like County Street. Al Hollow from 71 to where the pavement ends, and Pleasant Street.
And Pleasant.
Main Street to Riverwood.
So it'll be a good thing for us. These are all streets that met certain criteria as far as width and right-of-way. The state has numerous different guidelines that you have to meet these certain parameters, otherwise they don't give you this money to do this with. And so these are streets that all met the criteria that was outlined. So anyway, if there's not any questions on that, do we have a motion concerning our willingness to?
I make it, we'll take your money.
Okay.
A second.
Have a motion, a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. Item 2 is resolution 2021-02-2020 budget adjustments. This is concerning, and Christie has a list in there of all the specific line items, but this is basically getting those line items that went into the negative, getting them back to zero. I think you'll find a line item that is an income line item that's a negative. It's where we got some money back. So basically, we're getting those line items zeroed out. It's not changing the budget. The budget is what it ended up being. It's just zeroing the line items that need to be zeroed out. Are there any questions concerning that?
Make a motion to pass it.
I second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. That motion carries. Item 3 of new business is that change order we added with Boyles Construction. This change order is, we did this, a year ago. We had a company come in and clean out one of our ponds at the sewer plant. We're utilizing Boyles as a contractor to come in and do the plant closure. So they're gonna clean out both ponds, decommission the various pieces.
Pretty much what this change order covers is removing the solids from the ponds and disposing of it at another wastewater treatment facility.
And so while this is a change order, this was a part of the original contract. This piece was gonna have to be completed. We have just chosen to use the same contractor who installed the sewer line.
Make a motion.
I
Approve
second.
the change orders.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. That motion carries. Item 4 is our resolution with Greenland, and we passed a resolution last month concerning this. This is a second item in this that has a few more of the specifics in it.
We have to do this every 10 years per the Attorney General on this one, and it's just the agreement, well, all it is the agreement about how we'll do stuff. If there is a problem that arises, it talks about how Ricker and I will discuss it first. If that doesn't work, we'll get the mayors involved. If that doesn't work, we'll get the sheriff involved. We've done it for years now. We've never had a disagreement that we couldn't resolve between the two police chiefs. Just kind of goes into who's in charge, and I'm in charge in West Fork, he's in charge in Greenland, and it breaks it down like that. It's just all common sense stuff, and we've never had a problem. We've always been able to work stuff out. It's really easy, but this would just keep this agreement in place for the next 10 years.
Make a motion to approve the
I
agreement.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Dina, you and Marty, Stephen, are you guys aware of our agreement with Greenland and how that operates?
From what we talked about last month, yeah.
Okay.
You know, read the stuff that's.
Okay, well, and you guys are the newest to the council, so I just want to make sure you didn't have any questions before we, okay. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes?
Yes.
Those opposed, no. That motion carries. Item D of the agenda is other business. We put this on the agenda for a place for the council to bring up any other business that hasn't been on the agenda that they want to bring forth to the council. Do we have any business for that? Okay. And item E is mayor's comments. Don't have a lot. Thank you guys for meeting tonight. I will have the State of the City address at February's meeting. We have to have that by March's meeting, so depending on where we're at with COVID and how things are going, I'll have that at the next meeting. It's ready. I just didn't want to read it tonight.
Something wrong with your eyes?
Yes. No contacts tonight, so. We do have, Chief Myers has been in contact with local emergency management about scheduling vaccines for all employees. So we are working toward that. City's still taking precautions.
I'm thinking we may be able to start out here tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna check with him tomorrow.
Okay. So we are looking into that. We do not, and Attorney Kicklake, correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, the governor has not extended the executive order allowing us to meet virtually.
No, the legislature has to pass that now.
Okay.
Now, you know, we've worked on some guidance with the municipal league, and based upon some AG opinions and some opinions of the treatise on the FOI that was updated recently, we think there's a way to do that. We think we'll be safe doing that, but it sure would be nice to have the emergency order.
Okay.
If you talk to your legislator, please tell them to hurry up and vote on that.
Okay. So just keep that in mind. We may, and we did a practice run back in 2020. So if you're not familiar with Zoom, go back and refamiliarize yourself with it. Just keep that in mind. this meeting, I wanted to have this vote. If it wasn't for these couple of items, we would have just canceled tonight's meeting and waited to see what was going on next month. But there were a couple of things that we did require kind of an urgent vote, so. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh, my God.
Second. Motion is second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, no. That motion carries. 30 minutes, Colin.